Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome back here to TechStrong Gang. We've got a great lineup of stuff to talk about, topics to talk about here on the gang, and we've got some really, really interesting, fun people to talk about it with. A lot of them, of course, have already been here before. Let me quickly introduce our gang members today. We have Teri Robinson, Garima Bajpai, Guy Currier, and Evgeny Karam, and of course, our Dean, Mike Vizard. Gang members, welcome. Mike, you know, what is a poor old C-suite to do? They're dropping like flies. Should they double down on AI, cut bait and run? What's the deal here?
It seems like there's this kind of hope in the C-suite, at least, that AI somehow or other is going to change the economics of doing business. And they've all seemed to grasp it. It's kind of becoming something of a religious moment. But when you go after the average worker, and including a survey also from other senior leaders, for that matter, that PwC just did, it suggested we don't really trust AI agents for anything mission critical. We're using them for support functions, and that seems A-okay. But that doesn't add up to math that says that the economics of the business is going to fundamentally change. And I know you have a post over on TechStrong AI, Alan, talking about that same issue. So, I mean, what is your real assessment of what's going on here? Because I think we're setting ourselves up for a bit of a fall.
Yes and no. Yes and no, right? Because, you know, if you are a CEO, CTO, CPO, whatever, you're a C-level leader of your organization, you have a fiduciary duty almost to use what's out there to make your organization the best it can be, as profitable as it can be, as successful as it can be, whatever the corporation's goals are, the organization's goals are. AI is certainly a tool that can help. It could save overhead. It could reduce labor costs. It can make you more efficient. It could automate more. It could make you better. On the other hand, as we've seen in stories coming out this week, it could delete your production database, cover it up, and make up information too. So, and when it does that, you know, blame the poor AI, or who gets the blame? Well, ultimately, the buck stops here at the C-level desk. And so if you're a C-level, the dilemma here is, do I go all in, put my chips in the middle and say, AI, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead? Or do I say, maybe risk being a laggard, go slow, old school, and let someone else fall on their sword before I try to walk through this minefield? Now, the article we were citing here up on TechStrong AI is one I wrote, and I tried to give a blueprint, a roadmap for C-level people to kind of look at and, you know, make nexus decision points as they roll through this. But, you know, there's another article on the TechStrong AI as well that, you know, according to a PwC survey, they're not giving they're not trusting AI and AI agents in high-stakes, mission-critical use cases just yet. That might be prudent, given news this week, but you know, when you're a C-level guy, either you're going for it or you're not. Cautious people, I mean, you know, cautious CEOs who lay back and let others go first, generally are not the, you know, they don't have a long lifespan. Most companies want to seize the moment. So I don't know what the right answer is. My tendency is full speed ahead, damn the torpedoes, right? If you're going to go down fighting.
Bob, I think we got a little break there. But Guy,
go ahead.
Guy, you want to jump in here for a second? And, you know, what's your assessment of what's going on here from where you sit?
I really appreciate Alan's perspective on this, and I recommend the article, which is at techstrong.ai. It's called Cut Bait or Double Down. I really recommend the article that he published yesterday about this, because it is quite practical, and it names 5 ways that the C-suite or management can make sure to approach and adopt and use AI effectively. I do think one thing continues to be missed or misunderstood, and has been since the beginning. Um, and if you'll forgive me, let me just say that it's sort of human nature to run with anecdotal evidence instead of objective or empirical or whatever. Like there's a lot of words for trying to understand in the aggregate or statistically speaking what's going on, in this case, what the benefits of AI are. Everyone's personal experience with AI is something that used to take me an hour or 2 hours now took me 5 minutes, whatever it is, looking stuff up on the web, drafting an article, whatever it is. So how many folks on this panel here in this show think that or believe that the market thinks that the main benefit from AI is productivity, that one worker is going to be able to do what two used to do or more, or that each worker is going to be able to produce more. That is the general consensus. And I have been maintaining since the beginning that that is not the benefit or the metric you should look at. The two you should look at are quality and reliability. Quality sounds dumb, right? Because AI makes mistakes, hallucinates, and a lot of AI is actually getting worse at the moment rather than getting better in terms of accuracy, let's say. But quality goes up when you have a continuous companion, whether automated as an agent or at your command in a chat or something, when you have a companion, even an artificial one, to help you do your work. It's still your work. And you can go through more review cycles and add things that you might not have thought of and construct things in ways you might not have thought of, thanks to your AI companion. So the quality of your work goes up. The reliability goes up because all those things that you have to do, like research or whatever that you sit there putting off, and maybe I'll walk the dog now, or maybe this is the perfect time for me to clean the kitchen. Instead, you have your buddy, your enthusiastic buddies who just go and do it for you. If CXOs or business leaders are thinking in these terms, not in terms of, oh, now I get to fire half the marketing department, but rather I can get better results and I can measure those results. That I think is with Alan, with great respect to what you wrote, because I think it's really useful. I think that's the one thing you were missing. What are you using this for? Not to you tell people you're providing the guidance to identify that. That's true, but we're sort of lacking in general in the market with nice, strong points of view, like I just gave. And you can disagree with me, but it's a pretty strong point of view as to what you should be using all of it for. And I would say for AI, it is quality of work and reliability that the work will get done on time as well. And productivity flows from that.
Evgeny, you raised your hand?
Yeah. So, guys, thank you very much. I think it's a very important point. I want to add a couple of ideas here and maybe kind of have a small debate, because you mentioned a helper. When I think about a helper is somebody helps me. So basically, each of us now have a helper or two helpers or three helpers. But in the environment, when we go into manufacturing or hospitality or anywhere else, we're talking about C-suite, I'm thinking about a mechanism, an AI that help my customers or help somebody externally. So it needs to be doing multiple things. This could be customer success. This could be providing advice. This could be potentially booking flights, canceling flights, whatever it is. And where my mind is going is not 1 or 0, working, not working, is what's happened in between. What happened when the AI make a mistake or we found a bug? Because if you think the AI is a human, or like as a human, it make mistakes. But when a human make mistakes, it's cash. When AI make mistakes, it's working 100 times, 1,000 times faster. So the mistake can escalate much faster. How do we debug this? How do we QA this? How do we have high availability? How do we fix the car on the fly while we're driving? Do we have another LLM AI that we take this out and put to somebody else? What if we fire our entire booking department for travel and put the AI, and now we need to fix it?
So let's take that example. It's a very good perspective, Annie. Thank you. But let's just take that one example of, you're right. In the case of a customer service, a chat or whatever it is, you are providing that buddy I described to the customer. If your goal in creating that aspect to your interactive application with the customer is to help the customer get a higher quality result more reliably, then you will develop that AI in a better way. In my opinion, in my opinionated opinion, the usual goal for putting AI in those scenarios is so that you can have fewer employees on your side. It's your benefit, not the service benefit. And that's a fundamental problem. And it affects how you measure ROI, Alan, which is your number one thing to make sure of. And I completely agree. How are you measuring that ROI? That ROI may not be in terms of lesser salary or what have you. It could have to do with like a better brand, better perceptions, higher a net promoter score, like that sort of thing.
Agreed. Well, look, it's not, though it's an exciting time to be a C-level person and what AI can do for your business, this ain't a slam dunk. Right? This is not just full speed ahead. This is a time, it's a little choppy, the waters out there right now. And a little caution may go a long way, though you don't want to be the laggard.
I think there's a lot of room for fact checking in the world. We need to hire fact checkers now for AI.
AI fact check. Let the AI fact check the AI. Hey, we're going to take a break here on TechStrong Gang. Let's come back to our B block today, which is about platform engineering. A nice topic to talk about. You're watching TechStrong Gang.